The Mitten by Jan Brett. Well, it's actually an old story, but she adapted it, it says. It's a Ukrainian folk tale. Has really pretty pictures. Okay. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. Look at even over on the side, there's like pictures of mittens. Who's this? And maybe this is the grandma that's going to make them. At first, his grandmother, Baba, did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally Baba made them. Also, they would get dirty easily too, huh? After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. There he is right there. Oh, so he has one mitten in his pocket, and look right there in the snow. Oh. Uh-oh. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. Right here. He's going in the mitten. Look at, he's running, looking for it. And there's a bunny in that one right there. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Oh, look at now, they're both fitting in. Still looking for it. Uh-oh. What's this guy? I bet this guy's next. Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. Look at, he got in there. It stretches, so it will stretch. He's still looking. Nicky's still looking. Who's this? I guess this one guy's next. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, right there, talons on his feet, they quickly let him in. Oh, they're moving over for him. Nicky's still looking. Who's this guy? Let's see who this guy is. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left. But when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. He got to go in the thumb. So there, Nicky's still looking. He's going to smush in. But look who's next. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. He's still looking. The fox is gonna fit in there too? Wow. Oh, look who's coming next. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? Look how big the mitten got. The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged too many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. It's still all together, didn't rip. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Look at, she's sitting right there. Okay. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Achoo! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Look at, they're flying all over the place. And Nicky's still looking. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten, silhouetted against the blue sky. Look at, because it flew up in the air. As he ran to catch the snow white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. The end. Look at, there's the one mitten, and there's the other mitten all stretched out. It's huge. Oh, how cute, huh? The mitten.